So what, lovely creatures, brothers, sisters, children, how are you? How is life going for you? We are on the third video for the 28th epistle of Deuteronomy. Continuing on with blessings, but now we're going to move over towards the curses, which you will discover are pretty much opposite of the blessings. But we left off with the blessings that QUI EST promises occur only with this one specific condition, that the people serve only QUI EST. So we begin, if thou wilt not hear the voice of our Lord thy God, in other words, you're not going to keep and execute his commandments and his ceremonies, which he commanded, all these curses shall come upon you. Not only will they come upon you, but they will overtake you. It was quite common for sinners to be cursed in the Old Testament. But such as now serve, that don't serve God rightly and yet prosper in this world, shall in a moment descend into hell. This is actually from the book of Job. But such as now serve not God rightly and yet prosper in this world shall in a moment descend into hell. Which is, I keep telling you, over and over and over. Yes, there are going to be so many of us that are just prospering wondrously on terra. But what do you consider prosper? Because he or she has so many houses, he or she has fans, because they are celebrities. Is that what brings prosperity to you? But are they grounded with the spiritual essence of QUI EST? Those that aren't, yeah, it's coming. It is coming, unfortunately, for those that feel earth. And what you can gain on earth now is all that there is. And it's sad, it's tragic. So now the curses. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed in the field. Remember what we discussed in the previous video. He will bless. Doesn't matter where you are in this incredible land of Israel, this new land of Israel. Whether you be in the city or in the country, you will be blessed. Cursed shall thine barn be, and cursed thy remains. Exact opposite of what we discussed of what the blessings were. Blessings in your barn and blessings all the leftovers. Your basket and your kneading trough shall be cursed. Your basket and your kneading trough shall be cursed, is what the barn is. Once cursed by ELOHIM, no aid will come to you in your work. It's not going to come. No matter your arduous input or your potentially segmented output, your labors will be yours and yours alone. This is very substantiated in the next verses. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of the ground, the herds of thy oxen, and the flocks of thy sheep. Balancing out this scale. Blessed, we talk about the blessings of the womb, remember, all life together. And now, here's the exact opposite if you refuse to acknowledge QUI EST and walk in his ways and serve him. Cursed will be your womb. Cursed are the fruits of the ground, and your herds, everything that you're striving for. Cursed. No water. for your crops. Cursed. Drought. Cursed. Cursed shalt thou be coming in, and cursed going out. During your travels, in other words. Our Lord shall send upon thee famine and hunger and rebuke upon all the works you will do, until he consume and destroy thee quickly for thy most wicked inventions, wherein thou hast forsaken me. Again, isn't this amazing? Written thousands of years ago, and look where we are now with our inventions. We are just clamoring to them, and some of us are exuberant by this combination of unifying man with machine to make to make input and knowledge, fake knowledge, mind you, because it's coming from an input created by man. Understand that it's by man. Always the works of man tempt others to sway from QUI EST. This has been going on since these words were written, and this is proof right here. They tempt man away from QUI EST, his commandments, and his ceremonies. Technology of today is a prime example. And you know, where people go back to QUI EST is when this falls, when this fails. Someone ends up in prison or someone ends up injured. Then they go, oh, QUI EST, God, help me. And they begin to pray. They're trying to change their lives around, but they change it not in the way that you would expect. Like I said, that's why we have over thousands of religions out there. Calling yourself a Christian, the name doesn't apply like it used to. Followers of Christ. Yes, you can be a follower of Christ, but are you truly a follower of his church? Participating in his sacraments, a member of his community. Our Lord set the pestilence upon thee until he consumes thee out of the land which thou shalt enter in to possess. And Moses becomes specific with this. Our Lord will strike thee with poverty, the fever and cold, burning and heat, corrupt air and blasting, and pursue thee until you are perished. Wow. Out of the Hebrew linear text, it's written, Jehovah shall strike you with lung disease and with a fever and with an inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and mildew. Be the heaven that is over thee of brass, and the ground that thou treadest of iron. Wow. Can't get any more hyperbolic than that. It's, in other words, you'll be suffocated. The sky will be of brass. Nothing will penetrate it. Just this radiant, heating, bursting sun, and this awesome, intense light. And the ground, nothing will spread forthward because it'll be hard, yearning for water, which isn't going to come. It'll be like breaking stone and hard mud clay. Nothing will grow. Nothing will come of it. Our Lord give dust for rain upon the land, and ashes descend from heaven upon thee until we be consumed. Finished. All of it. All of your works. We'll stop this here. It's very melancholic to absorb and to digest these prophecies of what is going to happen to Israel once they walk away from QUI EST. And they will. They shall, as we'll discover more in the Old Testament. And then the final outcome will be with Christ. But I share these with you because these prophecies, which John reiterates in his Apocalypse, will be utilized against all mankind, not just our forefathers of the Israeli nation. Until next we meet, Pax Vobis.